Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Bringing to you a very exciting program, Halal Cryptocurrency and Ethical Financing. My name is Sayyid Fahad Hussain. I'm your host for this very exciting program, and welcome to the show. Today we have in our show the President and the CEO of IjaraCDC, Brother Shoaib Sharif.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you for coming, brother, from Michigan.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And I'm very excited to discuss this new product. Dear viewers, as you know, that owning a house is not only an American dream, it is a basic necessity. And living in America, as Muslims, you want to have a halal financing. IjaraCDC has been working tirelessly from 2005 until today, helping people and making them homeowners. They are 501c3, non-for-profit, and very committed to make you homeowners. So, and their program has been approved by our Hazaji Grand Mufti of America, Dr. Mufti Munir Ahmad Akhund, that their product is Sharia compliant. And now we are entering this world of cryptocurrencies, digital currencies, and there is more challenges when we work with these government institutions like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So this brother Shoaib Sharif, the president of IjaraCDC, has come up with a new plan. He has incorporated this new program with digital currencies, and he has introduced ethical coin. So with this ethical coin, you'll be somehow be able to buy a house, and it would be even more pure form of halal financing and Sharia compliance. So we'll talk about this product with the president, Brother Shoaib Sharif.
Okay, thank you for the introduction. So the ethical token that we've created is a token that's available for purchase right now, and the purpose of it is to be able to finance the acquisition of homes.
Okay.
And then be able to lease those homes on a rent-to-own basis to prospective homeowners. And the qualification standards would be that of a landlord screening a tenant and not a lender screening a borrower. So, inshallah, the restrictions of what traditional finance has right now based upon Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac guidelines would not be a factor here, because we're not looking at borrowers, we're looking at tenants.
Okay. So basically what you are doing in this program is, instead of getting a house from a bank, you'll be financing a bank directly from IjaraCDC.
Correct. So we would use halal funds, pure funds, because they're strictly raised from the investment in the ETHI token. There's no, banks involved, unless of course they want to buy the token, which they're welcome to. But these tokens the money raised from the sale of these tokens will be used to purchase the homes. Now when the customer is paying their monthly rent payment, the profit will go to the investors, the ETHI token holders, not to the bank or not to Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, because this is not a lending transaction. This is a real estate transaction.
So maybe this is what I understand from your design, that now the customers would not have to go and get the funds from the bank. You are making this ethical coin. Ethical coin is some kind of a digital currency that people are going to invest in, and they're going to buy these ethical coins from you, from your platform, and it's called a token because you're run on Ethereum.
It's called a token because it's more than a coin.
It's called a token because it's more than a coin.
Yeah.
So just like people can buy bitcoins by paying some kind of dollar amount, they'll be paying dollars, and they'll be buying these tokens, ethical tokens. And this way, you would be raising a lot of money.
Inshallah, yes.
Inshallah. With that money, you'll be financing houses for the people, so the bank is not involved anymore.
That's right.
You don't need a bank.
That's exactly right.
So that money raised is going to buy houses for the people, and they will not have such restrictions the criterion would not be as tight. That's what you're saying? So more easily people can become owner?
Right. I mean, I'm not talking about standing on a street corner and throwing money at people, right? What we're talking about is making rational, common sense decisions.
So with the common sense decisions, you will allow people to become those homeowners.
Right.
And when they make payments, right, their mortgage payments, which in the previous scenario used to be rent to own, it would be the same thing, but that money, instead of going to the bank, would come back to the investors.
Exactly. And if I could give you an example of common sense in in a decision, just a real live example, just from this past summer, we had a customer putting $100,000 down payment.
Okay.
Can document that he's been paying rent of $1,500 a month for the last 4 years. Never late, always on time. And his new payment, taxes, insurance, all in, was going to be about $1,350, just rounding up. And he got denied because under the Fannie Freddie guidelines, his debt-to-income ratio was 62%.
Mm.
But he can clearly afford the home. And as a landlord, wouldn't anybody accept this person as a tenant?
Mm.
He's currently renting a place paying $1,500 a month. Now with this system, we'd be able to say, okay, this is a common sense decision. Maybe it doesn't meet certain criteria, but we can have the community, the ethical token holders, vote and say, yes, this is a good tenant. Let's buy a home for this person and rent it to them. Mm-hmm. Now this person would then be able to choose the home. As long as they make their rent payment, they would be able to acquire ownership, and they would also be able to build tokens in an ecosystem that they'd be able to trade in the future, either in the market or for a Hajj or Umrah trip, or for a solar panel system, or for kitchen remodel,
So
other
these
types
are all
of
the
activities.
perks that go with this. Okay.
Right, and this is why it's a token and not just a coin, because it functions within an ecosystem.
Oh, okay. So for now, what I understand is that right now you're introducing this program where people are going to invest for themselves, right?
Okay.
If how many people you want at this point to buy your ethical coin?
Well, our goal before we go public, this is actually in a pre-sale status right now, is to get hopefully 1,000 people holding the token in varying amounts. And the reason we want a lot of tokens is that way we can have a more successful public offering. It'll grow faster. If you only have 3 people holding, $10 million in equity in liquidity, it will not grow as quickly. Mm. So the way the crypto space works is you need to have a large community of people holding tokens as well as the capital. Mm. The capital really is not much of an issue at this point. It's more how many people will be able to hold the token.
So with the help of the people, if you are selling enough tokens, like for example, at this point you're looking at 1,000 people. If 1,000 people can buy tokens, which can be $500 worth of a token.
$500 to $1,000.
$1,000. If everybody can invest that type of money, you'll have money raised on the side, and that money is going to be used to finance houses for the people.
Well, that initial funds before we go public is only going to be held as liquidity for the public offering.
Okay.
So this liquidity will remain.
Okay. So after 1,000 people bought it, this thing is going to go public,
right?
And there's going to be more investors in
Inshallah, yeah.
Inshallah. So all these people are going to be the stakeholders of the property that you will be financing.
Yeah. So the pre-sale folks, the ones that get in now before it goes public, we're going to show everybody how to stake. In the crypto world, it's called staking, okay? And staking will allow them to be get a return, to be investors with an actual cash flow return. There'll be other people that will invest once it goes public that will be basically just holding the token for its appreciation. Now they can also stake, but most of the people that invest don't really know how to do staking. Mm-hmm. And this is something that we're going to offer all the people that get in on pre-sale. We're going to show them how to stake their tokens so they can get a pretty good return, inshallah.
Talking about the return is one thing, but this is really delightful. This is a very genius idea.
Thank you.
I don't know how you came up with this idea, that you eliminated the rules of the bank.
Yes.
And why? Because their restrictions are so strict, and they are sometimes not even common sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're even against the common sense, and they say sense is not common.
Right.
So just like you said, a person who can afford a $1,500 in rent for 10 years, if their mortgage payment is $1,350 and their rent to debt ratio is not according to their criterion, then they're not going to give you the
They'll
loan.
never get approved.
So you will never own a house, and you will make other people homeowners where you could be a homeowner yourself.
Right. Somebody else is getting rich from them.
Yeah, somebody else is getting rich from you. So now this is such a pure way of Islamic financing that you don't have no banks, no interest. It's pure money coming from the people who are going to invest right now, and that money is going to be used for financing houses for people, and with a better decision-making power. And the money they were gonna go to the pay the bank. That money is gonna come back to these investors as a profit.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yes.
That's the bottom line of it.
Yeah, that's bottom line. And it's basically a concept called decentralized finance, DeFi. We're taking the central authorities out, and we're putting decision-making power in the hands of the investors.
You talked about the decision-making power. What do you mean by So right now, the Freddie Mae and Fannie Mac is making the decisions for us.
Well, they have criteria. You've got to meet these criteria, and if you don't meet these criteria, you're out.
You're out, yeah.
Right? Here, if you don't meet the basic standards, because we have criteria set up, obviously, it would go to a vote. The people that are the token holders can vote.
They can vote.
They can vote. We would give you specific, like for example, that example. We would say, okay, we have a customer can document, $1,500 a month payment. Their new payment is $1,350. 4 years of payments. They're putting $100,000 down payment. Should we accept this person as a tenant or not? And everybody can vote
and say yes.
And
he becomes a homeowner.
But if they say yes, then they could become a homeowner. And if they become a homeowner, then that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
The goal is to get people involved in not only home ownership, but also get them in a halal way.
Halal way.
A pure halal way. Our concept is we have halal financing right now. Halal financing right now is, in association with, these institutions like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Now what we want to do, what our goal is to take halal financing and make it zabiyah.
Make it zabiyah.
Right?
Yes, because a lot of people do say that, who do not understand the process of ijara and so many other financing available outside. They say, bottom line, it's the same thing. Because under the table, these companies are dealing with the same banks. So they keep coming up with that argument, and they don't take advantage of this. Even though this also is a halal way, but now this is even more halal because there's no banks involved.
Right, exactly.
It's the money of the people used for the people.
Right.
And it's decentralized. Nobody's governing it. It's the people governing their own money.
Exactly.
This is beautiful.
Yes.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, why should you not get a Nobel Prize for this? You should get a Nobel Prize for making homeowners like that.
I need to get nominated.
So our viewers could be a good, candidates to nominate you.
Yeah.
Talking about the Sharia compliant part of it, Hazaji, Grand Mufti of America, Dr. Mufti Munir Ahmad Akhund, had, approved your previous model, and he does approve this model of yours as well. And he has he's gone through all the details of this, and he has published a fatwa, and that fatwa would also be available on the website of IjaraCDC. That website will have the detailed fatwa of Hazaji that this is a halal way of financing this investment of yours in the ethical coin is halal, because this is very much different with any other types of cryptocurrencies. Other cryptocurrencies are just numbers, right? But this cryptocurrency, this token, ethical token, this is going to be backed up by an asset, right? So this is going to have it would be supported by real assets, so you would not lose money, and also this would be a pure digital currency which would be available.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what makes a crypto halal or not halal? Like for example, Dogecoin, is not considered to be halal because it's strictly based upon a meme. Right. There's no underlying project or platform of any merit, and there are many tokens or coins out there that are based upon something, more than just a meme, right?
Just more than just numbers.
More than just numbers. And ours is probably the only project available today on the planet that is based on an Islamic finance methodology that is helping people acquire real estate, and at the same time, simply by participating and making their rent payment, they can participate in our ecosystem. And what does our ecosystem offer right now? We have several concepts in mind. One is for Hajj and Umrah and solar panel systems, basically putting together, and it could also be for, if you wanted to rent your property out as an Airbnb, for example, you could accept these tokens as well as payment. So there's a lot of different
also, there's a lot of perks. It's just like the American Express card people are getting.
Points, exactly.
So this is a lot of perks when you get, house financed by ETHI coin.
Right, ethical token, right.
So with ethical token, if you get the financing from IjaraCDC with this process of ethical token, what happens is if you pay your monthly rent on time, all the time, every time, after so many months of consistent payments, they're going to reward you with some points. They would be called Ijara loans.
Ijara tokens.
Ijara tokens. And those Ijara tokens, you would accrue them up to a certain limit, and then they can be traded for your Hajj trip, your Umrah trip. Think about it. You don't have to make an extra effort to save money all for this sacred trips. Your Hajj trip could be your long-lasting desire, and now you can do it. You can have it only by making your monthly payments. You make monthly payments right now, you don't get anything out of it.
Right, exactly.
So this way you can have so many months of payments, consistent payments, and they reward you with a Umrah trip or a Hajj trip or solar panel or maybe
something. More things to come.
If there's some renovation in the house.
Could be.
Yeah, it could be maybe a new furniture in the house.
Could be.
So all those house improvement projects could be included in this.
Yeah.
So that's a very good idea.
I think another benefit that hopefully people will realize is that if they do save up enough points to go for Umrah or Hajj, they may be able to be accompanied by Hazraji.
Oh.
Because that's hopefully
so
one
not
of
only
the
you
one
get
of
to
the
get
things.
the Hajj and Umrah, but you get to do Hajj and Umrah with Hazaji.
Inshallah,
so that's Nur ala Nur.
Yeah.
MashaAllah, this is more beneficial.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about what is in it for the people to invest in it now, like to be the first 1,000 people in buying this ethical coin.
Yeah, that's a great question. The first people, the people that get in on the pre-sale, if they hold their tokens for 12 months, will automatically get 10% more.
Okay.
Okay, and it's all smart contracts. So 12 months, instantly they get 10% more will show up in their wallet. Okay.
Okay. So
the
if
other
they
thing,
spend $100 today, 12 months they'll have $110 in their wallet.
Right. Now the other thing is to keep in mind that other crypto, if this follows other finance cryptos, for example, they could go very, very big very quickly. Now I'm thinking that. It's starting off at a penny. It only needs to go 2 cents for people to double their money. Yeah. But I think within 18 months, it'll go to at least 50 cents, maybe more. Because it is the only token that's generating a cash flow based upon real estate. Mm-hmm. That's also rent-to-own real estate. And because of that, there's many examples out there. Some, if you had invested in April or May, even July of 2020, by October of 21, $10,000 would have turned into 50, and another one it would turn into 80, and one it would have turned into 378. The crypto marketplace is really very, very aggressive right now, and so there's no, in my mind, no reason why this token won't go to 50 cents or more.
So basically, right now, one token is worth a penny, and with the advantages and the benefits they're going to get out of this token, this is going to gain its value very quickly. It's going to easily go up to 50 cents. So you have multiplied your 1 penny 50 times by investing it right now. Inshallah. This is why, because this is going to be the first digital currency out there that's going to be Sharia compliant. Mm-hmm. This is going to be the first one that's going to be backed up by an asset. you don't have any meme, just like brother was saying, that Dogecoin is nothing but behind a meme.
Right.
So there's no cartoons or there's no images behind this. This is real assets. So your money is going to be backed up by assets. It's Sharia compliant, and it's going to help make you help homeowners.
Right.
So there are million reasons for which you think this money is gonna, this value is going to go 50 cents or even
Right.
more, and
Right.
your money is going to be multiplied many times. I don't even know. I don't even know that much of a math.
Yeah. Yeah, inshallah.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
no. So
I mean-
this is, if you spend $1,000, it would become 50 times. So basically, if our customers, they want to buy a house, and they always prefer IjaraCDC, they come asking about it all the time, and they are planning to do it sometimes next year. They can buy the ethical coin today. 12 months from now, they'll have some gains. And that
Inshallah,
10,000 can easily become a down payment for their house next year.
Inshallah, that's the objective. That's the goal.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So, dear viewers, if you are trying to buy a house next year, and IjaraCDC is what you're looking at, then you can put that $10,000 right now, and by the next year when you're ready to buy your house, this could be traded for your down payment, and this would not be a 10,000 at that point. Maybe it would worth 100,000.
It could be.
So that would be a
Very easy.
20% of a $500,000 house.
Well, exactly.
So-
exactly.
so this
And we purposely set the price, the starting price at a penny, because it only needs to go to 2 cents for people to double their money.
Yeah,
And this is the pre-sale.
this is the pre-sale.
We don't know what will happen once it goes public, because once it goes public, it'll go public worldwide, not just locally, but worldwide. Anybody in the world can buy.
Yeah.
This is
And
the
anybody in the
amazing
world would be wanting to have some types of stakes in the properties in the United States.
Yes, that is probably very possible. Yes,
So who doesn't want to have a property in the United States?
right.
So people all over the globe is going to be investing in this coin because it is a digital
stable.
coin,
Yeah.
it's stable, and it's backed up by an asset in the United States.
Yeah, it's a very stable asset. The U.S. real estate is probably one of the most stable real estate markets in the world.
Brother, do I have to give you by check? How do I buy this now?
So
I'm so committed right now.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to get this some coins under my wallet.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's a little bit of a process. Once it goes public, it'll be push button, but it's available right now on 2 different exchanges. One exchange is called Uniswap. The other exchange is called Sushi Swap.
Uniswap and Sushi Swap.
Yes. Now, in order to because we're based on Ethereum. Ethereum is, and we're a layer 1, which means we run directly on Ethereum.
Okay.
So because we're based on Ethereum right now, you can only trade Ethereum for the ethical token. Once it goes public, there'll be other trades that you can do, Bitcoin or Matic or whatever. But right now, you have to own Ethereum, and you can get into Ethereum here in the U.S. I would suggest a Coinbase or a Kraken or something like that. If you go to our website, you'll or scan the QR code, you'll be able to go and see a list based upon what country you're in, where you can go to an exchange and trade your currency for Ethereum. You would then trade your Ethereum for ethical token. Now, we have a mechanism set up that you can save on what's called gas fees. Gas fees are transaction fees. Gas fees are very high right now. So if you send us directly Ethereum, we will put ETHI tokens directly into your wallet.
Okay.
And we would suggest a MetaMask
So how much
wallet.
money they're going to save in the gas fees?
It could be pretty sizable. It depends on the size of the investment, but it could be 80 plus
$80 or something?
or more, yeah. Which adds up to a lot of tokens if you think about it.
Yeah, that's a lot of tokens. with that.
So this is a fee that if you trade with us directly, you can avoid that fee. Or if you feel comfortable, trade it on Uniswap or trade it on Sushi Swap, but you'll pay a gas fee.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So right now, we are looking to launch this product. 100 people who would invest some kind of money in this ethical coin so that it goes public, and this is the benefit for everyone. This could easily make you a homeowner going forward, because you're going to make your money and it's going to multiply so fast. Something which you're going to buy today for a penny is going to go 50 cents or $1, and then you're going to be rich.
Right. And it's a halal return.
It's a halal return.
This is the other important thing, because it's strictly based upon a halal transaction, which is a rent-to-own transaction. So that's number one, makes it halal. And number two, there could be, great equity appreciation. And, number three, inshallah, people get ajr for helping people get into halal ownership and avoid riba. This is our objective.
Yes, this is objective. So we are going to allow people to become homeowners without having the banks involved.
Right.
So this would be
No
even more halal. So there is no such halal financing.
Not available right now, unless
if
you go to your uncle and borrow some money.
Your uncle's not going to give anything right now. So if you're planning to go with guidance or la riba, or there is so many different people out there who's trying to finance in a halal way, but in the background they will be working with some kind of a bank.
Ultimately, all transactions that are done today, even the transactions that we're doing, get somehow Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, or some portfolio product, okay? Because there's not enough liquid capital that's available.
Okay, so
here we're going to replace it. We're going to become basically the new
bank.
Islamic Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, right? Because all the liquidity will be with the people. We are going to have the liquidity. And we have it set up so that once it goes public, people can buy down to 18 decimal places.
Wow.
So you can really do any size investment that you want to. Once it goes public, it'll be much easier. Now, because it's not public, it's in pre-sale, we're offering this extra benefit for people to go through a couple of steps to get in and own and hold it for 12 months. And inshallah, they will reap the reward not only in the form of profit, but also with being able to say that they were the first in on this project.
This ethical project.
This ethical finance project, yeah.
So this is amazing. Not only you have a good investment, which is backed up by an asset, you get to collect some profit in terms of rent, and you are the first one, the pioneers in setting up this banking system where you say, we the people.
Right, exactly.
We the people are the owners.
We're the decision makers.
We are the decision people.
Yeah.
This is amazing. This is genius. This is truly genius. Never heard of this project before.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So we'll be open to questions from our viewers if they have, and we would have to set up another program where we'll be taking live questions from our viewers because now they have to digest this information.
Yeah.
And if they have any.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. My pleasure to be here, and thank you for presenting this to everybody.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Jazakallah.
So thanks a lot, dear viewers, to listening to all this, and I can see a lot of hope in this. I can see a lot of hope where we don't have any banks involved. We the people have the money. We own the money, so we have to have a right to make decisions how to use our money. Not the banks, not the Fannie Mae, not the Freddie Mac. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to assist this genius program where we can not only have halal investment but help others to become homeowners. So allow me and Brother Shoaib and we'll be connecting again with further questions and further details. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.